Hi. We are now.
Yeah.
So 3 words this week: asshole, Armageddon, apocalypse. Anything? Anybody?
The 3 A's.
God, back to AA if I'm not careful. God.
All of us. We got PTSD for the last 10 years. Yeah. Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah. I really
Hi,
do
Andrew.
think. Yeah. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Kendra. Hi, SR. Nice to see you guys. Yeah. Jeff and I were
So we have Aley. We have Aley tonight, and I'm always grateful, as I always say to her, because she takes my mind away from whatever it is I'm fixated on, which is pretty much clear if you look at my community page, or at least for an hour. And even when I come on here, the energy that you guys give off in your personal lives is a lot cleaner than which I'm immersed by choice. So I appreciate it. And she's also a better steward of the questions.
I'm the squirrel. Look over here, everybody. Look over here. Change where you look. All right.
Yeah.
We do, Kendra. Oh, well, we actually were talking about it backstage, but it's like, why read on it? It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. We do need a break. It is hard to ignore. I agree. Especially when the person who was supposed to be the great leader of your country, never was, says, yeah, I might come over here. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Oh, that's Kendra.
Hi, Mary.
You know what it is, though, too, Kendra, is you know how birds turd on the windshield and they have to make sure we have enough cleaner in there, right? Hi, Mary. It's good to see you. Yeah.
The poem I put on Substack this week, Old Crows, from my first book, is about metaphorically old crows literally, but I do discuss incontinence, and I discuss birds taking shits on cars in the windshield. So I had to bring that up.
Oh, well, I love that. And we are in trouble. Yes, we are, Mary.
We're in big trouble.
We are. Yeah. We'll have to see how it goes this weekend. I don't know. Hi, Denise. Good to see you, honey. Hi, Victoria Edwards. Yeah. I mean, you can't make up how absolutely insane people are.
Well, it was like I was telling Mary the other day. She's like, "I know you're scared, but," and I said, and I think after the last few days, especially with some of the rhetoric and how, I think it's justified, and I think the way Mary asks it, I think it should be, we really are in trouble. We really are, question mark. Like, how insane are these people? How crazy. We didn't really know until now. I mean, we just thought they were sycophantic cult people or whatever, but they're all in this, and they all have a different goal, whether they are, technocrats who want to go underground and take all the stuff with them and watch us burn, or if they're Christian evangelicals, they still want the same end, and then that's why they have their bunkers.
They create the Armageddon that takes us all out, so they can get the credit for it.
They want this, you guys. They want the apocalypse. I've been trying to say that. Yeah,
I know. Yeah. And so we just gotta shelter in place. We gotta know that where we're meant to be at the time that we're there, I guess, because not much else. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Yep. That's all we can do.
Yeah, it's
Hi, Linda.
what I think it is, and I sometimes think, not to be too airy-fairy or new age about it, Mother Gaia has had enough. She's kind of had enough of this.
Oh, yeah.
And really, if you think about it, we've been kind of on the verge of another war like this since the 60s.
Probably,
when everything was going against the Republicans, and it's that whole binary thing. And I hate to also use this term, but if something were going to ascend, this would be probably the entree to it, because it has to dissolve. All of it has to go away, and it might be some of us. So,
yeah, it's just
well, anyway,
this thing that Chrissy Nome is interested. He gave her, which is BS anyway.
But it's BS
that,
on the surface. Yeah, it's BS on the surface. The problem I have with it, though, is it reminds me of that whole technate thing where they want to go into Colombia. Now they've gone into Ecuador. Now they've gone into, they want Cuba. They're having her as emissary to these places. So in a way, it might actually be something that gives her the sense of power that she had before.
Want to use the Monroe Doctrine in order to take over South America.
Oh, I think they're gonna try it, all of it. Yeah. Yeah. I asked someone, hi Fatima. I asked somebody if they thought that if that would happen, and even if we're gone, or our death predates the change getting better, or things get resuming as quote unquote normal, that will not happen.
Okay.
But can you imagine being in your teens right now, or 20s, or
no? I mean, even your age, or my kids are in their 40s, and I would never have had them had I known this was coming. I'm sorry, I love them dearly, but and that's why they won't have kids. They won't. Either one of them won't have me. They said no way. Yeah. I hear you, Linda. That's a good idea. That's a smart idea. Hello, Fatima. It's nice to see you. Yeah. Yeah, we are in a horror circus show, Kendra. In a lot of ways, we really are. Yeah, it's a big wake up.
So I will read, and I don't read on. Is there anything you don't read on? I don't ever remember asking you.
No, there really isn't. I don't like reading like health unless it's what surrounds it or what might be. Otherwise, it's no.
Third party's okay for you.
Third party is if it's not invasive. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
And I mean, if we can ask questions, if they're political, maybe they're not roadblock questions. Like, what would it look like after this, or something? I don't know.
Yeah, we don't. I don't think I want to know that.
You don't want to know that either?
No, it's okay.
I don't really either anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to, so.
Look at this. I pulled 3 cards about this. It says there are people bound by allegiance, and we're seeing that. We're seeing North Korea say, and China say, and Russia say they'll help Iran. Okay. And to gain approval, which is BS. But everybody, this just isn't sustainable. This is the amount of money it's costing us daily here in the United States in order to take care of what they're doing just right now. Not sustainable.
And I think too, that whole ground war in Iran.
Yeah.
We're screwed.
They're doing different things because AI and it's a different kind of a war right now. But I did hear this. Persia, which is Iran, never has lost a war.
And that goes back hundreds of thousands of years, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely.
So we have about 4 in a row. I haven't highlighted them yet. One is Andrew. Yeah. One is Linda. One is Jen Lilly. Yeah.
Alrighty. All right. Okay. Let's see. I wouldn't be surprised, Linda Bishop, if he does. Brings back the graph. Yeah. All right. So general for you. All right. The next couple of months. Well, we heard it was going to get worse before it got better. And
it always does. Yeah.
It always does. No, right. You're absolutely right. It hasn't been sustainable for years. Yeah. Yep. There you go, Victoria. That's about all you can do is walk by faith. Yeah. Yep. Oh,
I think, Linda, they are running out of missiles.
yeah. Oh, all right, Denise. Well, I wanted children, but had I known what we were dealing with, you know, I don't know. I know my brother, that Marine that was really upset yesterday, and they broke his hand or his arm, or they did something because he was at a Senate meeting saying we don't want to get killed for Israel.
Yeah.
He's retired. I think he's a fireman now, married to not a Mormon, a Islamic lady, because she had on a hijab, and has 4 kids. My brother would have been so mad because he was a Marine. There's no way that he would have. Oh my God, he probably would have burst a vein if he had seen that. All right.
Andrew, were you ever, or are you athletic?
Oh, it was his hand. Okay. Yeah, I knew that too, Andrew. Yeah, let us know if you were athletic. No, he says. Okay.
Okay. That would explain some of this then. Okay.
Okay. So I have abundance is coming your way. And look at this. It looks like a hippie. So, I mean, that's funny. He's sitting on this really fancy hippie pad, and it looks like a good kind of abundance. Let's put it that way. And they're saying that you're going to be happy about it because you're going through so much stress, or you have been going through so much stress. So, it's almost like the stress is dispersing, but it might be in a very fast way, because there's a monkey here that's about to pop this balloon. And you know what it's like when a balloon pops and you're not expecting it. So it's something coming up, and it will offer you a bit more of your control over what it is you're going to do. I don't know if it's a job. I don't know if it's a relationship, but you're going to feel like that. And it will be a long-term commitment. So I'm wondering if this is income coming in, a job coming in, or just a good relationship coming in the next couple of months. Very stressful period. Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting that. I'm also getting, in addition to it being a stressful period, a period of, I don't know if you have problems with balance, or you have trouble with your health in some regard, because what I got was, this can be a diagnosis. It can be surgery too when it's upright. And I feel like maybe a surgery was delayed, or they couldn't diagnose properly, because I got the Knight of Wands, and this is like going to someone for the cure, trying to figure out, I mean, it's about motivation, but it's also about maybe looking at something from a different angle and going here, there, and everywhere. And then subconsciously not knowing which way to go with it. And then, so what I got in the background was there's a definite, as Aley said, a change coming for you. Something from that period before, where things weren't working out, because you get the sun coming back in.
Yeah.
But there's a delay right now. You're kind of like eager to do something, planning on starting a business. Okay. So this, when it comes in reversed, it can be like a karma card. I kind of feel like you haven't been getting your just due, and you kind of feel like it's time. Also, Queen of Pentacles reversed. You want everything to be exactly as it needs to be for something to begin. The hope and fear is that the energy that you're going to bring in or put into it isn't going to reap what you want. But what I'm seeing here is that with the Death card, you got the Judgment card. You're the hardest on yourself about this. So I kind of feel like this is something that you might have invested in for a long time, that you've been wanting to do. And I think as long as you don't become too complacent, because I think you have a lot of skill for this, you'll be fine. It is going to be hard work. So make this, not this, because this is like kind of laziness, or, that sort of thing.
I like that it came up that it was going to be a long-term commitment. That tells me it's going to be successful as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting from it. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. She's got two questions here. I don't know if you want to do this one or well, what was the other one she had? I can't remember. Are they running out of missiles already?
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, that was the other one. And they have already spent
I think they
trillions
said
of dollars. They are. Yeah. That's why he's trying to get Zelensky to give him the drones at this point, because they've just been shooting these off all over the place. And I actually think as well that there are more deceased individuals from bases that were hit than they're saying, because, you know, Hedges said the other day, well, you're trying to make President Trump feel bad by bringing up people that have died. Come on, dude. Jesus Christ. Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
By the looks of my first two cards, I'm going to say yes, but give me a second.
Yep. I'm feeling like both the answers are in the questions I pulled, the cards I pulled. One is we need to be more frugal and save for later.
Yeah, that's coming in.
Yep. And I also got endurance. And in order for if this is something that's not sustainable and we have to have more and more ground, then we would need to. But I get things are going to work out. I don't know how, though. I really don't know how that's possible. But yeah.
Okay, so what I got is the first thing that I got was the challenge card is Chariot reversed to deception.
Yeah. Everything is, isn't it?
And then the problem with this is, since everything is a deception, I really kind of have to look at the fact that when you read this card, in most cases, it's really just about choosing the right thing to do. But clearly, no, because we wouldn't make the right choice because we're not making it. So that's how I read it. And then this came in with it, which is the Chariot reversed. There were two meanings for this, ruled by Cancer. It could be, if it were upright, signing a contract or the draft or a lottery, or what do you call it?
Mercenaries?
Forward movement, pushing through something. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of feeling like they're going to be people chosen for this almost based on things that weren't done in the past that make no sense. So not a draft or a lottery, like something a little more sinister than that. This came into in the past where we had no control over it. We thought we got free of it. And unfortunately, I don't see that. And then I got on top, Hermit, going deep. Subconsciously, people are afraid of it, but they're not talking about it enough, is how I'm reading it. Then I got Ten of Pentacles, which is that generational thing that we're steeped in, that we believe that, and that this can be the wealthy finding a way to get out of it. And then the hanged one reversed, mercenary energy. That's a draft. That's a draft. If it were reversed, that's a delay or some way to put it off. I think it's coming back. I don't even want to read what comes after. I mean, I got Lovers reversed. That is people being separated. Ten of Wands, trying to get out of it, attracting it, not being able to do it. Also, it's about the liver or the places down here that get hurt, being shot. And then there is some hope. The fear is that there's not a lot of hope, because it came in at the hope card. It came in the hope and fear area. And then guess who comes in at the end? King of Wands reversed. So they are gung-ho on this mentality. I say yes on that one. I didn't read on the other one.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. You know, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mark Wayne Mullen at all.
I am.
He is an idiot. So somebody said they exchange shit for poop.
Yeah, and what was it? A misspeak. It was a misspeak.
A misspeak. Okay.
In a strange, slimy way, though, I like him. I think he's attractive.
Oh.
For sleaze. For
For a
sleaze.
sleaze?
Yeah.
Did you see what time he was in 2023?
I think he's cute. Yeah.
Yeah. When he got up and he wanted to fight somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Bernie Sanders is like, sit down.
So, you know, he was a mixed martial artist.
Was an MMA fighter, I believe.
And his first thing he lost, they whipped him so bad he's never done it since.
Oh, I didn't know that. He was out as quickly as he was in.
He was.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah. Interesting. Anyway. All right, Sanity Claus. I got you, hun. All right. I know. Gaia's not happy. Oh, wow. Oh, now there you go. Because they're expendable, aren't they? The old immigrants. I think that's an interesting comment.
Yeah, Marina, that makes a lot of sense because it could be asserting, you're probably seeing from the cards what I had, asserting that you can circumvent it if you promise to do this. But he thinks they'll get killed anyway. So I hate saying that, but that's what.
No, I know. But he doesn't, like we said backstage, there's really nothing about us.
That could really be. Yeah.
He doesn't care about any of us. Yeah. Yeah. Jeff, you have to get out more.
Mullins is not looking good.
Not good looking.
Oh, Mark Wayne. Is it Mullen or Mullins? I think it's just Mullen. Because I'm like, who's Mullins? Oh. And I didn't know who Sanity Claus was. I'm like, is this a joke? Is this like a jab at me? Like, no, he is good looking. What are you talking about?
Oh, Jeff, you're funny. All right, you guys. All right. So we got Jen Lilly wanting to know if her sister-in-law Christine will get the help she needs. Will she be okay?
There's an actress by that name.
Oh, is there? All right.
Yeah, who was on Days of Our Lives. I think she came back for a short stint recently, or is going to be.
I wonder if she was named after her.
I'm wondering too.
Yeah, like in 1980, there was a lot of Ericas born from all my children, you know. I will read on what surrounds Christine. Okay. I don't want to, she has free will. Okay. So I'll just kind of see what I get. Yeah. Remembering that she has free will and she can choose whatever her path is. Let's see.
She doesn't want to listen, is what I'm hearing.
She doesn't want to. Yeah, I'm getting that. I'm getting here that she's experiencing some difficulties, and that in this, she's kind of got her head down, and she doesn't really know what she believes or how she's going to get out of what she needs. But it's a mindset. Actually, this is the miser. And the miser is the one that holds on to everything very close. And, you know, a miser would be somebody that maybe had, like Scrooge, that had some money but didn't want to give it away. So she may have made a decision, but she doesn't want to yet give that away to anyone. So that's kind of what I'm feeling around her energy. And she's not willing yet to listen to her own inner voice.
Yeah.
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 Let me just see here. I got something though with like stomach surgery or staple surgery or something that has to do with undergird or something with her stomach. And I also saw a wheelchair. I don't know why. But here's what I'm getting from this. The way I'm reading this is with the Page of Pentacles reversed. there have been opportunities, but I feel like she's self-sabotaged. I don't feel like she manages money well, but I also don't feel like she has enough self-esteem to get her to the next place. And I don't think she listens, because I got this, that is the energy she's sitting in, which can also be about making a choice. And I kind of feel like she has a lot of esteem issues, but I also feel like she's closed off to what you guys are saying to her when I said she doesn't listen.
Yeah.
Also in the past, I got the Four of Pentacles, which to me means that I really don't know if there was childhood trauma for both of you, but I feel like there's some element of something she's holding on to that makes her choose the things that she does now. I don't know if she was ever addled by drugs or by that sort of thing, but this came in the subconscious, which means I don't know if there's a biochemical problem too for her with depression maybe, but this is what I get, the Star, currently feeling like to me it seems like an imbalance. This can be time spent in a hospital, Nine of Pentacles. This is she escapes. She's attracting energy of wanting to just run away. And people are trying to what they're trying to do is tame it, but they're making it worse because it's not that they're not hearing her, but they've heard the same things too many times before. And I think she's just in a place now where she's had it. Ace of Cups. So her concern lies with the fact that it's like, what do you call it? The cup runneth over, and she can't feel the things that you guys are seeing because it's coming in that future position. It makes me think that she knows that you guys are right, but she just can't mentally hack it.
She's overwhelmed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then at the end, so my answer is no. I mean, I really think that there's some sort of healing she needs to have, because to me, the way I'm reading these right now, she might be leading you to think she's okay, right? And she could be manic, but there's more at play than that. I'm sorry. That's what I see.
It's interesting that you got the poverty card and I had the miser card, and there's just something about both of those cards that are they're a mindset.
Yeah. I'm seeing it as mindset for some reason. I'm not seeing it as material. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. I hear you. Hi, Amanda. Nice to see you. Linda and Mel. Yeah. Do the best you can, recognizing that everybody's got their own divine plan, their own agenda for being here. And we can only help as we were going along. Yeah. Wow. All right. General message. We've got a lot of generals here tonight. You notice?
Yeah.
No admirals, no colonels.
No colonels, only generals.
No popcorn. Yeah, right, Kendra. You know I'm just teasing you. All right. So we have Victoria, Salama, Sanity, and we have, if there's anybody else after Kendra, go ahead and put it in. Wow, Kendra, I got some cool cards for you. I'm feeling, though, you have somewhat of the Buddha consciousness, that you have that ability, and that you're moving into a higher level of consciousness. It could be that your escalation to the fifth dimension or whatever it has been moving. The Buddha energy is very peaceful and calm, and it asks us to sit with it. And so they want you to, and there's another sort of a Buddha card, which is you are the creator of your reality. And you have the energy right there in front of you in order to take whatever it is that you have thought about in this energy and bring it into the real world. So I love that. They're saying that moving into source is what you're doing. And this moving into source brings you to a new level of understanding and enlightenment. So this is a very spiritual reading for you here. And yeah, it's kind of fun. I like it.
I heard the term romanticism of promise, and you're very kind of cynical about it, because what I'm seeing is I got the Death card and the Five of Wands reversed, which just means to me what Aley said in the beginning and at the end when she bookended it, as far as the things that you're going to do next. I think you're in this place right now where, with the Death card and the Five of Wands reversed, that to me means that the change that you're supposed to be given and the promise that you're supposed to be given, or that you were expecting from somebody, has always led to, and this has been cyclical in your life because I got kind of family cards with it, has kind of let you down. Or it's meant separating from something for, I don't know if you moved around a lot as a kid. I just heard that. And then I got the Hanged one on top, which means to me, you're always the one putting someone else first instead of yourself. And I think in return, you've either been abandoned. I don't know if you ever had to raise a child by yourself, or I've read for you before, so maybe I've said that, but I do remember with this card in particular, for me, sometimes I hear the term justice isn't always fair or just. They just told you to buck up and deal with it. And you don't want to wear a smile when you don't feel like it,
Mm-hmm.
Again, you feel like you have nothing to offer. The Empress came in, but it actually did come in reversed. Okay. You need to get out of that mindset, because this is something your family did to you, and it's something that keeps repeating itself as a result of maybe some of the choices you've made or the feelings that you get. You get a strong intuition about people around you in your family who betrayed you, who've said they've changed. I'm not sure they are. I think they're hoodwinking you. Or the fear is that outside of that, in a different environment, if you were trying to bring in something new or cultivate an idea about something you wanted to study or something that you saw what would be good for you, they shot it down. So you need to do what Aley said, which to me, don't believe the promises of someone else. The romanticism of promises is the promise to you.
Mm-hmm. She said that's very spot on, Jeff.
Okay.
Yeah. SR, I did not see your question, so please put it back in. Okay. We didn't read for you. So, yeah, put it back in. All right. Thank you. All right. Thanks, Kendra. We are here for a reason, Victoria, and I love that you already know that. And there is no small reason for any of us to be here. No small. There's nothing too small or too grandiose. We are all big cogs in the wheel. So let's see what we could do for you tonight. Salama, you're next. Just let me know you're here, please. Okay, SR, I gotcha. I got you, Mel. Thank you.
You were made for challenges. You were made for sometimes challenges you had to face that really were things that you were put in front of you that weren't of your own making. And I'm going to tell you why I get that, because it sounds like a victimization thing, but I don't mean it that way. This is cards about ideology that's fucked up, especially in a political sense, or it's about floods, flashes, things like that. This is about, water into wine or things like that. I feel like you brought a lot of order to stuff, because what they were showing me when I did the poetry prayer for myself was I saw you as like a ballerina or some sort of walking a tightrope or walking a, what do you call it? It was almost as if you could circumnavigate or navigate pretty much anything. You had to raise yourself. You had to be in a position a lot of the time where you were self-reliant. I kind of think that now it's kind of like saying this is the time for you, right? Because I got death reversed. These cycles keep repeating themselves with you, and it's not because of you. I feel like there were any academic challenge. Heard the law for some reason. I feel like you're very well versed in that which you're trained. I don't know if you have a science or a law background. You've had to go through situations where I think you were put in a position where you had to compromise. And normally I don't view it as this. I view it as people trying to get to the same goal. But when it's reversed, I kind of feel that. And that was a self-sacrifice. Yeah. And you put what you wanted to do on the shelf. You almost had been waiting years to hone your craft, not thinking it was good enough. But and then I got the Ace of Cups. So this is bloodsucker energy, someone that actually takes from you rather than gives or builds you up. But look, to yourself, this can be a promise or it can be a message of intent of something good. If it were reversed, I'd be concerned. They're telling me it's all in you.
Oh my, I got the same kind of a reading, honestly.
Oh my God. Okay.
I did. I got right. I mean, I don't have what's before this card, but this is your flowering. This is your flowering. So you put off flowering up until right now. This is it. This is all the preparation that you've made has brought you to this point. And before it was like there was nothing. I mean, you did what you did. You got through what you got through. There was no nothingness. And now it's ripe. It's ripe for the picking for you. So that's kind of the same type of thing that Jeff had in his pockets.
Yeah, all of our reads are like identical. So we've got to be right. You can't be wrong.
I know. So you already knew that you were here for a reason, and now you're finding out what that
I got
reason
affirmation of that in the strongest way. Like it's one thing to say it in the general sense, Victoria, or ask what is that reason, but you knew, and I got strong affirmation that you knew.
Yeah. You've just been waiting for the time.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. Okay, so we have Salama, and she's wanting to know about job opportunities. She's been jobless since October. That's a long time. I know that I've read on her before. Oh, thanks, Kendra.
We're opposites in the zodiac.
We are.
Well, like we are. Aries, Libra.
And Libra. Yeah. True. Yeah. But you're nothing like my brother. My brother was
Aries,
but he was not. He was very adversarial. It's
like my father.
You must have something really soft in your moon or something. I don't know.
Cancer.
Okay.
Cancer.
That makes complete sense. Yeah. All right. So we have here Salama. The job opportunities. I got the mirror first, Salama, and the mirror is a request for you to look in the mirror and see what's looking back at you. And so it says shadow work, and shadow work are the things we don't want to see about ourselves. But I don't believe that you not having a job is all about yourself. Don't get me wrong. But maybe there's something that you're thinking that isn't true about yourself. Like, I can't do that job. Or that doesn't pay me enough money. Or there's something there that you're questioning in your own mind that might be holding you back. It is very slow moving. Yes, this hiatus from work, it's still slow and steady progress. And I think some of that has to come from your changing of your mindset. But look, I'm getting that you got the crown. So you're going to find one, honey. I don't know when because this is slow, but I get here that success is coming to you and material gain, which means you're making money so that you can, live your life and pay your bills. So I just can't tell you when, and I'm sorry for that. Yeah.
What they were showing me was in the midst of all this is like this need to please either a husband or please children, or have to be that parental figure or that rearing figure that isn't nurturing herself enough, because this was meant to happen. I hate to say it, Aley was right. There's something better for you. This is the past. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got and where jobs are concerned, you don't always see it on the other side until it happens. Or in a lot of cases too, you miss something a certain way. And I'm very much that way. But what I did get is this: you're in over your head right now. It's really getting to the point where it's like screaming, gnawing at you. And in the same time too, it's still that heartbreak. I don't know if there's blood pressure issue or heart issue or anything like that with someone in your family, but if easier said than done right now, try to tone it down, because this came in. I thought this could be a doctor or somebody you might need to see about this. And then also I'm getting from it too, that there's something you're meant to do that either makes you more money or fulfills you more, because you're calling in that energy. If you keep doing this job, it would be this. You were meant to be put in a position where you had to switch gears. I don't know if there was a boss that I think weared on you, but you suppressed it to the point where you couldn't anymore. What you're attracting is more of the same if you allow yourself to be trampled on, because this came in reversed. But your fear is that you're not good enough. Your fear is that it's not in you, as Aley said.
Mm-hmm.
You need to change that, or you're gonna settle for less. So whether it's like, I can't be a mother, or I can't be that good a daughter to whomever, or take care of, or be a caretaker to whomever, really, as sad as it is to say, that's what's denigrating your own view of yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like you're trying to do too much in a very stressful situation. There hasn't been time for you for the longest time, even before you lost your job.
Mm-hmm. Love yourself, Salama. Very much so. Know that you are worthy. We all go through times like that. And we just have to remind ourselves. I think it's really hard when you're trying to reach a goal and you just can't do it. And it's like, when is this ever going to change? And so we tend to think, that we aren't worthy of something, but you are.
Yeah. So I hope that resonated.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. You have an appointment to see 2 apartments tomorrow. Will either one be a good fit? Well, let's go with, I guess we have to go first with is the first apartment a good fit? Is the first apartment a good fit? Well, it didn't know at first. Now it's like they don't know if the first one is. Okay, let's go to the second one. Is the second apartment a good fit?
I feel like she's taking a risk on the first one if she were to take it.
Okay. Maybe just not in a good area, or maybe not.
Yeah, I feel like it might be too loud, or not the right area she might have envisioned going into. I don't know if she's moving that far away from where she is right now. I get the sense no, but I kind of feel like she's definitely moving. She's gonna choose one of these 2. I'm getting that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have here, you have the freedom of determination. So
Yeah.
you will be the one that makes the decision. Expect changes and new beginnings, the butterfly. So I'm feeling like, yeah, you're going to find the one you want, and pick the one that will give you the most control. So what I mean by that, I guess, is you may say, for instance, well, I really want an apartment that, or a place to look at that has a good view or a view of something. And then you get there and you love everything about the apartment. The view is, you have to make that decision. You are the one that is steering the wheel. So 2 hours north. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, let me just I'm looking at the second one now.
Sure. Oh, okay. There's a third one she may see next week.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like the second one's not working either.
Okay. So there might be a better one.
So
yeah.
because what I'm getting is this element of risk. When this card's reversed to me, when it's upright, it's like you're wanting so desperately to get back in the church. You've been excommunicated from it. When you're going outside of the norms, when you're going outside of the norms or the traditions, but you're having to do something, it's a risk. So you're really fearful about this.
Okay.
In the past, I think maybe in the same situation, you were let down. You had your hopes really up about something you were looking at lately. And I kind of feel like you might be comparing that place to these in a couple different ways. I don't know if they're like from the same, what do you call it? People that own the complex or the landlords are the same or something, but I feel like something's amiss with what you were told about them. But you've got the Fool coming in with the 10 of Wands reversed. Something's not sitting well with you about this already. And then this came in. This is about the second one. They're wanting you to like sign that tomorrow. They're going to ask you. They're going to push her into it, I feel like. And then the Empress, I don't feel like the second one's for you either.
So you're just going to have to craft a plan to wait for the one that you're going to see Wednesday.
And I feel, I feel like if she had one that she looked at and she didn't like it, she really didn't like it, is what I'm hearing. Like it's not gnawing in my ear. Yeah, the other place I saw was awful. Okay.
Yeah, especially if you have to, feel the energy of it. Feel, when you walk into the building, when you walk into the apartment, when you look out the window, see what you feel. Yeah. Okay. Good luck. I hope you do find what you're looking for. I'm so sorry, Amanda. I understand, because I've been through nothing but health issues myself, and it's so awful. You feel like you just want to get back to being okay again. Okay, we'll read on your health, sweetheart. Sorry. Next will be SR and then Mel. Okay. You're welcome, Sanity. It has been tough, Kendra. You're right. Yeah. Thank you, SR. Oh. So here's a question, Amanda. Are you getting sick because you're getting too close to the kids at daycare? Because, that goes around an awful lot, but I get that there's a female, and I don't know if that's your doctor or it might be you, but it might be another female that's been suffering from the same issue, and you might have got this flu from. I'm getting that it's been since like Valentine's Day time. like maybe in mid-February that this started happening. And I get the clock, so I'm feeling like you're, you know, they're saying you started getting better, but then you got sick again because you didn't give it enough time. They want to make sure you give it enough time. And so you don't give it to anybody else. When you convey something to somebody, you're taking what you have and giving it to somebody else, whether that's good or bad, depends on what it is. And that's what I'm reading on. That's what I'm feeling.
3 things. Who's the guy? Secondly, who is it? I think second thing is I think you overwork yourself in this job and the job is making you sick. And the third thing is, I'm wondering, I don't know if I should ask this, but when I get this card coming in the position that someone's sitting in right now, I don't know if there's something mournful or something with your health biologically that happened in the female organs or something, because I got the judgment card and I got a plan that went awry. You work yourself too hard is the basis of this. The temperance card reversed, that you don't show discretion when your body's like, you're constantly trying to reach a goal. And what I think happens is you're in a position that might be relatively high powered, or a lot of other people rely on you. That's why this came in.
Yeah.
I think the problem with that is, though, it's constantly go, go, go. And there's never a rest. That's with a delay. And again, another delay card coming in, and what's attracting you. I don't feel like you really I don't feel like you want to be at home right now. You'd rather be at work. And I almost feel like you're a doormat for stuff that other people should do because you can do it better and you feel like you can. I mean, the outcome card is excellent, but you need to stay off your feet. Okay. I almost feel like what Aley said about something she said like that, where don't go back before it's too soon or something, or don't go back.
Yeah. She's the
But
only
this
one
came in.
trained for her position.
Okay,
So
that's what I
she's got
thought.
that pressure coming on her. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like she's the only one that can do something better than anyone else. So that's what I meant, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
you really have a lot of stress on you.
You do.
Amanda.
She cooks. She works at a daycare, and she cooks for the children. And so, and then, you know, she's got her little dog that she has at home that she's got to take care of too. I feel like she's, you know, she's always trying to balance herself out. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't feel like there's anyone else in that place. I mean, granted, you might not think it's high powered, but it kind of is.
It is for the
no one else can do it. Yeah. When you're cooking for that many people, it's.
And you have to make sure that the meals are well balanced and all that other stuff. That's the stress.
You probably have to work within budgets. You probably have to go shopping. I mean, I don't know. But.
Yeah. Take care of yourself, girlfriend. Yeah. All right. So SR would love a love reading. The Love Boat. Yeah, I don't think anybody gets paid enough for what they do, quite honestly. Yeah. You love that show.
I used to watch it too.
Yeah.
My grandmother,
With your grandmother, sure.
She liked it,
It was a Friday night thing, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, it was one of those Friday night.
And then she'd watch The Golden Girls on Saturday night, I believe. That whole 4-show block was.
Right.
The one that Empty Nest, the one that was the Golden Girls spinoff, I think. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So you are at a fork in the road, SR. Interestingly enough, it says here that you might have to make some tough decisions, and there's no going back, it says. So I don't know if you're trying to go back to a love that you've had in the past, but they're saying that you have to be smart and make the right decision for yourself. and you're going to level up when you do. And I feel like somebody else is coming in that is better for you and will present themselves as you're going to learn something new from this person. This person is going to be a leveling up again, you know, like so much better than you could think. I feel like you may feel defensive or guarded about this person in the initial time that you meet them. And you might feel vulnerable, but that's normal in any new relationship if you're coming out of one you've had before that was sort of turbulent. So, you know, you can put your shields up, but remember, you don't want to put them up in front of your face. You need to be able to see what's in front of you.
Yeah, that's funny because in the outward position, people see her standoffish, like that she's putting her head. Yeah. Just kind of dovetailing off that. I don't know if you've ever dated a model or if you were interested in a model or you were a model yourself, SR, but this idea of beauty as it is written is going to change for you in this new relationship. Because what they're telling me is, and this is how I'm reading it, this to me, at first, when I saw it, I'm like, why is she already getting, if this were reversed, I'd read it as a delay. Or no, I'd read it as like, I read it as sacrificial energy if it's reversed or mercenary energy. It could have been a delay, right? Upright is what I meant to say. But to me, with this coming in reverse, this is the Seven of Pentacles, which is Taurus. And it's about working too hard to try to sustain something that was before. But what you got was the world, which meant to me there was this completeness. There was this beauty you saw in this other person. And it was, to me, more of like you're feeling inadequate or you were more beautiful to them than you realized. And you didn't realize it or they didn't acknowledge it. But I think more than that, you thought that they were like the shit for whatever reason. You thought they were like awesome. You came from a position where you didn't think you were worthy of it, but you were. And in fact, the problem was you were in your subconscious was like, I'm not worthy of this. I'm not worthy because this came in the subconscious. So I'm not reading it as like wealth or I'm reading it as like you felt he projected to you maybe like what Aley said that he thought he didn't think he was better than you, but subconsciously you felt that he did. Permit. So there's this academic sort of like stuff that drew you together. Might have been spirituality, but what Aley said, what you're externally, you come off as more aloof than you are. And what I got from this was what Aley said about putting the hand up or whatever. But you're enough. It's all in you. And let down your guard.
Yeah.
Let it down. This is putting the swords down and letting the, armistice or whatever you want to call it. You're not doing it. You're like, no. And it's like you want love, but it's almost like nothing can match that one before, or nothing can feel as good as that one. That's what I get.
That's awesome. Wow. You're welcome, SR. All right. So our final question of the night is, Mel, are any of my mistakes redeemable? If so, what should I do now? Oh, honey, aren't all mistakes redeemable? I hope so.
Think so.
Yes. Yeah.
Never dated, period, model. So no, there was no model involved. Okay.
All righty then. So, Mel, your mistakes. Break that word up. It's a mistake. It's just a mistake. It's not a real. It's like we have missed opportunities.
It's like a misspoke.
Yeah, misspoke, mistake. Yeah.
It's like a Mark Wayne Mullen misspoke.
What is it? They take, we're going to do Act 1, Scene 1. and then they start laughing, and it's a mistake, right? So it says here that to enjoy the feast that is this life, that things are always redeemable. The fact that you recognize those things is very, very important as well. And so cheerio to that. It reinforces what it is or what it was that you did not want to do. And so if you learned your lesson, then you did not do it again. Some people never learn their lesson. I think you did. And it was all in the cards, because it's an augury, and an augury is like a reading. It was all in the cards. You had to come back to do whatever it was that you did do. And it strengthened your personal power. Or remember that you need to strengthen your personal power in the belief that, yes, all is redeemable, but we have to just remember it is, and not make the same mistakes again.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I was just telling Risty, no, we are all, this is our last reading for tonight. So, okay.
When there's a tower reverse coming in at the back of it, meaning the past, you might have, the question became to me, are there any mistakes that were actually mistakes? Because what they're telling me was these weren't mistakes. These were experiences that you were supposed to have. In other words, it's not about whether it's redeemable or not. You don't think you're redeemable, just independent of the mistakes you've made. So it's kind of like you're torturing yourself. And I got a lot of that here. I got that here. This is about taking a risk and not being seen. I feel like you don't want to get caught for something that might actually be better for you. Because what I'm thinking is, this is a card about taking risks to me. When you get the Queen of, or the Six of Wands reversed, it's about being seen. The only way to sometimes fall on your face is to be embarrassed. And I feel like you were embarrassed quite a bit. I feel like you learned from it, but this isn't your path in life, is to defy this. The Hierophant reverse came in for either spiritual purposes. You're supposed to make these mistakes, and you're supposed to not live conventionally. You're viewing these as mistakes when this is actually a pattern, I think, that you're supposed to bring into this life from some other life where you thought you weren't worthy. It's your soul contract. That's how I'm reading this. I'm also seeing it as like a spaceship or something like that, where this is supposed to be that way. You allowed yourself in what you knew to be true, or what your value was, to be taken from you, either in this life or a past life. And then you got sick and tired of it. Either you revolted against it, or you got so angry at someone that you didn't want to hear the criticism. And this is a very ultra critical card, until you started to be kinder to yourself and realize that within your own identity, you could stand apart. So this isn't about, redeeming or stand apart from convention or law. I'm not saying break the law. There might have been something you did to break the law here, is what I am saying, though. But I don't think that that's what's playing into this. I just don't think you feel you're good enough. You are. Okay.
Yeah, we are what we believe. And a lot of us will believe things that are not true, about ourselves. So, yeah.
Hi, Bill.
Yeah. All right. Well, this was fun. This was good.
This was good.
Yeah. And yeah, we'll do it in another couple of weeks. You did, and you still, yeah. Honey, you're not alone. You're not alone. Yeah. Yep. The sky is green. Okay.
The sky is green. Is that like in Oregon and Washington? Is that where it's green? I wish it were green here.
I know.
Like where the mountains come up to the sky in Vermont.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
all right, everybody. I want to thank Aley for doing this on my channel tonight. 2 weeks from now, so the 20th, I think, will be on her channel. And I found Playback Marina comes in. Thank you for coming in. That was a treat. And all of you, please come back and please donate. Please like, subscribe, and go buy my books. Night.
Night, everybody. You're welcome, Mel.